Ladies and gentlemen, hobos and tramps, cross-eyed mosquitoes and bow-legged ants. Admission is free. Y'all pay at the door. Pull up a chair and sit on the floor. It's time once again for the world-famous Hartland Hootenanny. Hi, everybody. I'm Ketch Secor of Old Crow Medicine Show, welcoming you to the Crow's Nest here at the Hartland Studios in East Nashville, Tennessee, USA, for the most exciting hour of live stream entertainment that you've seen since the transformation of Blue 32 to Set Hut. Our very special guest on the Hartland Hootenanny tonight is a folk singer, blues singer, actor, fashion designer, sign painter, songwriter, and so much more. Founding member of Old Crow Medicine Show, Willie Watson is here, live and in person on the Hootenanny stage tonight. Woo! So, friends, it's time once again we gather, and in the words of a famous footballer, give everything we have on every play for 48 minutes, that's all, or extra periods if required. Hey, it's Saturday night! We're all here together in Music City. Welcome to the Hartland Hootenanny. Well, howdy, my friends, and welcome once again to this week's live production of the Hartland Hootenanny, that erudite equalizer of essential entertainment and encouragement encapsulated by Euclid's ethos. The laws of nature are but the mathematical thoughts of God. Well, how about them apples? It's a great show we got planned for you tonight, and in particular because our very special guest is a first-string founder and member of the Old Crow Medicine Show, an adventurer whose old-time music pursuits have brought him glory and honor both on and off the field. A singer and an impassioned performer, Willie Watson is with us here on the Hootenanny tonight, and it's going to be super special. Well, friends, tonight in our celebration of triumphant returns, we mustn't overlook that frenzied fever pitch of center to QB, what Dmitri Shostakovich called the ballet of the masses. Yes, friends, it's almost fall, when the leaves begin falling and the football begins spiraling towards its intended receiver. And here comes tight end Corey Yance to help mix up the Gatorade on the tonight's Super Bowl Hootenanny. Howdy, CY.
Howdy, Ketch, and hello, football fans.
Aw, friends, football's back again. The annual pitching of the pigskin. That Straussian waltz of brutal elegance, of which famed Midwestern laureate Elbert Hubbard said, "Football, a sport that bears the same relation to education that bullfighting does to agriculture." And yet this football season bears little resemblance to any past or prior gridiron gregariousness. In fact, empty stadiums, unopened tailgates, ungrilled kielbasa's are just a few of the signs that our national blood sport will not be the usual blend of bone-crushing collisions, yard chains, and yellow flags. But COVID-19's 2020 NFL season is still assured a pedestal perch on the proverbial trophy rack, if only for overcoming the numerous hurdles it must leap in order to merit a spiking of the ball once regulation coronavirus play ends. And so tonight, we honor the fumble that is the NFL's handling of the global pandemic with this list of the top 10 things to watch during the 2020 National Football League season, COVID-19 edition. Number 10! Instead of Gatorade, sideline water jugs will be filled with hydroxychloroquine. Number 9! Pre-play huddle must take place at safe 6-foot distance. Number 8! The Washington Redskins will now be called the Washington Orange Oligarchs. Ooh, think about it. Number 7! All touchdown celebrations must incorporate moves from TikTok Coronavirus Dance Challenge. Number 6! Cheerleaders required to wear face masks over their breasts. Number 5! Mandatory 14-day quarantine in between downs. Number 4! Players Association now developing a combination COVID vaccine and steroid shot. Number 3! Instead of Disney World, Super Bowl MVP must announce that he's going to Drive-In Test Center. Number 2! Kissing Vince Lombardi trophy, now punishable by death. And the number one thing to watch during the 2020 National Football League season COVID-19 edition is taking a knee during national anthem is now mandatory for all players. All right, how about it? Hey, look, here comes Old Crow percussionist and wide receiver Jerry Pentecost. Howdy, Jerry. How's the season shaping up for you?
Howdy, Ketch. Howdy, Corey. Evening, football fans. I'm just so excited about my Dallas Cowboys, even though they lost to the Los Angeles Rams last weekend. That's okay. Go America's team. Anyway, look, here comes our defensive coordinator, Joe Andrews. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Jerry. Hey, Ketch. Corey.
Hey.
All you football fans out there, roll tide. Oregon. Etc., etc., etc.
Well, it's looking to be a thrilling matchup underway here on the Hartland Hootenanny 100-yard line. So let's start some bone-crushing music. I got ketchup on my blue jeans, I just burnt my hand. Lord, it's hard to be a bachelor man.
I got girls that can cook, I got girls that can clean, I got girls that can do anything in between.
I gotta get ready, make everything right, 'cause all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight.
Do you wanna drink? Do you wanna party? Over tonight. Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for some football? Yeah! Are you ready for some football? All right. Well, I'm ready for some football, and we're ready for some football, and Randall Hank is ready for some football. The only question that remains is, are you ready for some football? And I think we all know the answer to that. And now I have a question specifically for all you Texans tuned in out there tonight who are ready for some football. Are you ready for some football and an Old Crow show? Well, if you said yes, you're in luck. And I don't mean luck, Texas. I mean Austin. Tell them all about it, linebacker Jerry Pentecost.
Let me get that right. That's right, football fans. Old Crow will be making a special end-zone deep appearance in the Lone Star territory on October 23rd at Nutty Brown Amphitheater. So make sure to get your tickets now for one of our 2 matinee and evening shows that Friday, October 23rd at Nutty Brown in Austin, Texas. Tickets are at nuttybrown.com. Hail Mary, somebody.
Thanks, Jerry. Now, let's head on over to the Old Crow locker room where the cleats are spiky, the gym socks are sweaty, the uniforms are uniform-y, and special teams Old Crow Medicine Show have just finished pumping iron and watching hours and hours of tape and are now getting their psych mix on. Here we go now, real fresh.
All right, not bad, you clowns. Let's take it to the locker room. Come on, Old Crows. Let's do this. Yeah.
Old Crows in the Super Bowl, doing it old school, 'cause we got soul.
Let's go.
Old Crows in the Super Bowl, everybody start to clap your hands.
One time.
Old Crows in the Super Bowl, doing it old school, 'cause we got soul.
Let's go.
Old Crows in the Super Bowl, everybody start to clap your hands.
I'm K to the money and I got pizzazz. I like to rosin my bowl with some razzmatazz. When the pigskin flies, I love to do my thing. My tricks come running like a bubble in spring.
I'm CY fancy on that board stomp. Got my footwork fine, cause I ain't no chump. I'm all keyed up, I'm revving my engine. I can ship more corn than a bluegrass convention.
Yo, I'm J to the area and my P is for percussion. I can tackle and kick, I get my rivals a concussion. I'm a three-point pimp, I put the F in field goal. And now I'm flying these crows to the Super Bowl. Let's go!
Old crows in the Super Bowl. Doing it old school, cause we got soul.
Let's go!
Old crows in the Super Bowl. Everybody start to clap your hands.
I'm Bobby P, multi-instrumentalist man. Or follow me at Prices on Instagram. I'm a gridiron guy with a voice like honey, and my high notes sound like choir boy money.
Yo, I play slide guitar, yo, and Joe is my handle. I still got all my teeth, even though I'm from Bama. I rock a 12-string, 6-string, 5-4. Shout out to all of my Commodores.
Well, I'm a loco straight from the doghouse. There's a lot of beer misdemeanor when I slap my ball fiddle. A Cinderella story is a talk of the town. Now Corey's gonna do a melodica breakdown.
Come on, let's go, old crows!
Old crows in the Super Bowl. Doing it old school, cause we got soul.
Let's go!
Old crows in the Super Bowl. Everybody start to clap your hands.
One time,
Old crows in the Super Bowl. Doing it old school, cause we got soul.
let's go!
Old crows in the Super Bowl. Everybody start to clap your hands.
All right, Pan, clown's not bad.
Wait for the. It's time once again for News on Parade. Yeah, it's News on Parade time. When the Hartland Hootenanny investigates what's going on in the minds and in the hearts of the members of the Old Crow Medicine Show, America's sweethearts. It's also that time that we open up the Pan American mailbag and read your correspondence. But first, our top news item. Well, it's autumn in the old US of A, and that means it's time to fill the end zone with grown men in tights who get paid millions of dollars to dance around like roosters in a hen house as they squawk and strut, showing the bravado of their plumage. Ah, football. That modern-day cockfight where two cocks enter, but only one cock leaves. Well, if there's one place where the football/cockfight metaphor rings most true, it's in the Lone Star State of Tejas, where the Old Crow just happens to have an upcoming concert on October 23rd in Austin, Texas at the Nutty Brown Amphitheater. Tickets are at nuttybrown.com. But if there's one thing we've learned after 20 years of playing to football fans in Tejas, it's that if you're gonna play in Texas, you've gotta have an accordion in the band. And so we're rolling in the Tejano t-shirt cannons for this world premiere video of our Tex-Mex classic, Ay Te Dejo, on San Antonio, featuring Critter on accordion and Chance McCoy on fiddle. And now, a warning to actual Spanish speakers. Por favor, disculpen nuestro jodido español. Seriously.
Porque supe que tenías otro amor.
gracias. Well, all right. How about that? Hey, and don't forget, Old Crow hará una aparición especial en Lone Star State el 23 de octubre en Austin, Texas, en el Nutty Brown Amphitheater. Obtenga sus entradas ahora para uno de nuestros dos espectáculos matinal y vespertino. Eso es la noche del viernes 23 de octubre en el Nutty Brown en Austin, Texas. Los boletos están on nuttybrown.com. Hey! I just, was wondering, what are you looking at? Are you just noticing our new threads? Of course you are, because they're sharp on your TV screen.
Well, hey, Ketch. I know what all those Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengal fans are all thinking. They want to know if fans of Big Loser Team are still cool enough to wear Old Crow swag. Well, guess what, Dolphins and Jets fanatics? Today's your lucky day.
Corey's right, folks. And if your behemoth COVID-era weight gain has got you looking more and more like William Refrigerator Perry as the months roll on, then look no further. We've got shirts big enough for even the largest linebackers. Okay, hey, it's time to open up the Pan American mailbag and hear from some of the folks who look forward to the Hootenanny all week long. And thanks to our friends at AOL, whose licensing of the Hartland Hootenanny's You've Got Mail sound has resulted in a potentially lucrative bonus for this unemployed string band, let's now hear the newest AOL Time Warner indicator that spam has arrived in your inbox. Corey, do the honors. It could happen, y'all. Well, it's so wonderful to be with you here on a big Saturday night from Nashville. And if you want to write the Heartland Hootenanny, you can do it. But for now, let's read the mail. Hey, hello to Emily Pilling in Manchester, UK, who's watching slightly drunk. And to Cindy Williams, who's watching while fishing in Gunthersville Lake, must be Alabama. And to Hayden, watching from Melbourne, Australia, while drinking beer for breakfast. Good. Anya. Hope it spites. And especially to Joe Ellen, watching from the hospital. We love you, Joe Ellen. Hope you're well and safe. God bless you. All right, got some great mail coming up here. Here's a crazy postcard from Arkansas. Wait for focus. Greetings from Arkansas. Here's an old-timey postcard. Love your show. Love OCMS. Thanks for all you do. From Nick and Tammy Bandera of Pleasant, some town in the natural state. Here's a card that just came in from our friends of Lawrence, Kansas. Oh, look, they're showing us some of Judy's favorite fiddlers. Ketch and OCMS, thanks for your Hootenanny. Every Saturday I tune in and find happiness in your fun and creative show. Looking forward to getting past COVID and back to live concerts again. We are too, Judy True, and when we do, we can't wait to get back to Lawrence, Kansas. Here's one from Von Orr, Tennessee. Jeff and Debbie Lanner. Von Orr, Tennessee is where that American Idol singer with the last name Wolf sang Wagon Wheel and said she was going to cut... the big Kizash coming in from East Tian. I didn't know you had it in ya. Greetings to OCMS from Cahite residents in Von Orr, Tennessee. Thank you for being the bright spot in every week. You get the juices flowing, our hearts pumping, and bring week-long smiles to our faces. Thank you. Love the tales from Jeff and Debbie Lanter. Thanks, Jeff and Debbie. We thank you for tuning in. All right, got time for one more, and then let's go on to our next special segment. Oh man, it's rocking to be with you on a Saturday night. Here's one from Chapel Hill and our friends in the Tar Heel State. Let me get this properly ripped open. Wow, they sure sent a lot of stuff. That must be from our friends at Twin House Music and Guitar Pick Factory. Here's the letter part. Hey, Ketch and OCMS, thanks for all the good times you provided for the last 19 to 20 years. I've enjoyed every twist and turn the band has taken, and the Hootenanny has been a great way to cap off the end of the week. The flyers are from an OCMS show in 2002, I think. I think I know who designed this one. The picks and stickers are from an independent guitar store I'm helping keep afloat through COVID-19. Help keep your independent record store afloat, too. And can't wait to see you in the Triangle again. Thanks, everybody. P.S. The kids like cleaning their room to 8 dogs and 8 banjos. That's so great. If you all like writing to the Hartland Hootenanny, please do and write, because we want to get your letters and we want to read them. So actually write them and then actually send them. Because quarantine provides you ample time for such activities as letter writing or stamp ordering or envelope licking or disinfecting after your mail carrier visits your porch. So mail your letters to the Hartland Hootenanny in care of Old Crow Medicine Show's Hartland Studios, 711 Hart Lane, Nashville, Tennessee, 37216. Hey, don't have time to disinfect on your way to the post office? Stay home, folks. Correspond with the Hartland Hootenanny on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do it now. Hey, and if you don't feel like writing but you want to show your support anyway, you can click the PayPal link below and help keep the footballs extra inflated over here in the end zone of Hartland Studios. All right. Well, that sound means it's time to go straight to our next special segment on the Hartland Hootenanny, that wonderful bit that I like to call Brighten Your Quarantine with the radiant hues of tonight's very special guest star. Folks, our guest on the Hootenanny tonight is a dear friend, collaborator, and founding member of Old Crow Medicine Show. As a solo performer, he's released 2 critically acclaimed albums produced by David Rawlings on the Oconee label. He's traveled the world. He's starred in major motion pictures. We here at the Hootenanny are privileged to bring to the stage the one and only Willie Watson. Hey, man.
Hi, Ketch. Hi, everybody watching on YouTube.
YouTube.
Cool.
Notice that we're from a safe 6-foot distance.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, if you're comfortable with this.
Yeah, I think I can handle it.
Okay. Hey, man, it's great to see you.
Great to see you, too. Sure has changed a lot around here.
So, I see that you noticed that we're now doing Super Bowl shuffle skits.
That was amazing. That was really good. I think that could be the next twist and turn for Old Crow.
You know what was amazing was last night at the Ryman Auditorium. That was amazing.
That was pretty amazing. It really was a special thing for me to be back with all the guys, and especially at the Ryman there. It was really something.
It was like a crazy dream.
Yeah. But at the same time, it was very familiar. It felt like being home. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Hey, why don't you sing one of them songs that
Okay.
you love to sing?
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd sing a guitar gospel song, but I changed my mind as I talked with my back to the camera. I changed my mind and decided I'd sing one for Corey instead.
my hand. But he gave a string of horses so they couldn't stand. And I nearly starved to death, boys, I mean to let you know. And I never saved $1 in those hills of Mexico. Started it on that steamboat back to home did go. How them bells they did ring, those whistles did blow. How them bells they did ring, those whistles did blow. On that God-forsaken fortune 'neath them hills of Mexico.
Oh man, when
Where'd you go?
I was just down there at the bar thinking about making my COVID escape down to Mexico. Let me reach for this fiddle.
Yeah, let's play one.
Well, I was so happy when you said you wanted to play this one with a football star like me. I know my time on the gridiron is not all I'm known for.
Yeah, it's gonna wear you out someday. You're gonna have to get back to playing that fiddle.
Well, we wrote this one at the extended stay in west side of town here in Nashville. And we've been listening to a lot of... who were we listening to help tip us off to this tune?
Well, we kind of stole the melody from Willie Moore from Burnett and Rutherford.
We stole the melody from Willie Moore, and we stole the form from...
Oh my God, a Burl Ives song.
From Burl Ives! Toodle!
Two little owls in a row, row, row. That's right. I forgot all about that.
Oh man,
part.
that. So anyway, this is what we did with those two old dead men, so that we could live.
2, 3, 4.
One fair girl at the burning yellow hair, wildflower of the West Country, plucked one night for a stormy ride on a winding road to the east. One fair girl at the Birmingham mill for $1.50 times 3. See the spinning wheels turn, she is young, but she'll learn with her slender white hands to weave. 12 smokestacks in a row, 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 and a girl of 5 times 3. See the mill boss patrol, hear the factory bells toll, and the girls look as sad as can be. And she cried for her home country. One little spark set a light to a flame, and the fire climbed through to the eaves. And the roof it did crash, and the girls all dashed, and they all cried, "Oh God, please!" And she crawled on her hands and her knees. at the Birmingham mills where the wildflowers grow round the grave of the girl so fair. See the lily bells bloom round her cold marble tomb, and they come in the spring of the year.
Hey, look, here come all the old crows.
Hi, all the old crows.
Howdy,
Let
Willie.
me squeeze in here, fellas. I got this real dirty song we're gonna sing.
Dirty, you say?
I couldn't get across. Jumped on your papa cause I thought he was a horse. Now ride him over, give him a Coca-Cola, lemon soda, saucer of ice cream, take soap and water for to keep it clean. Up she jumped and down she fell. Her mouth flew open like a mussel shell. Now ride her over, give her Coca-Cola, lemon soda, saucer of ice cream, take soap and water for to keep it clean. Saucer of ice cream, drink soap and water for to keep it clean. If you wanna get that rabbit out the LOG, you got to put on a stomp like the DOG. Now ride him over, give him a Coca-Cola, lemon soda, saucer of ice cream, drink soap and water for to keep it clean. Coca-Cola, lemon soda, saucer of ice cream, take soap and water for to keep it clean. Take soap and water for to keep it clean. Well, take soap and water for to keep it clean.
Thanks, guys. That was real nice.
Yeah, it was. Are you ready for some football? Hey, thanks, Willie. Y'all go ahead and get your copy of the latest album, Willie Watson, Folk Singer Volume 2. Buy it now, y'all. Support his wonderful and impassioned music, everybody. I'm going to go buy my copy as soon as the show's over tonight, and I urge you to do the same. But what's more, I'm heading over to www.williewatsonmfgco.com.
Yeah, it's a good website.
Yeah, it's sharp. That's where I'm going to order some of those handmade denim pants and jackets and overalls with their incredible craftsmanship. And what a thrilling performance. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
Hey, who's ready for a little story time? Let's all pop some popcorn. Let's reheat some of that coagulated cheese sauce on our nachos as we crack another Busch Light and settle under our favorite NFL team blanket, minus the Seahawks. For tonight's All My Tales Are Tall. Well, it's time once again for that full-on collision of helmets and shoulder pads and cultures as America resumes its favorite gladiator blood sport in this, the bizarre 2020 season of our discontent. Oh, football, you always served as an essential distraction from the innate factionalism set on dividing us. In the bleachers, all of our differences melt into the hum of our discordant shouts of fanaticism as we agree that, though we may not see eye to eye on politics, religions, race, class, science, and more, we can all agree that our team is the best team and that the taunting of our rivals is just plain American fun. Would that it could be this simple. Well, with football, it can! As fans united in our bloodlust to conquer and vanquish our crosstown rivals, we find greater forces of unification within, and these bonds reach beyond traditional barriers between humanity. Oh, dear friends, if only life could be a little bit more like football. Maybe we'd be the world champions of our national aspirations. Tonight's All My Tales Are Tall celebrates down south football of the highest degree. High school football, that is. Well, in the western part of the state of Virginia where I come from, the high school football teams were named for one of two things. The products in the towns that they represented, as in the Broadway Gobblers, where all the poultry processing plants were, or the Civil War generals who died in their town's vicinity, as in Stonewall Jackson High's generals. Nowadays, Stonewall Jackson High is called Unity High, and their once fear-inducing generals are now called the maybe less frightening Unity Lions. But over in Broadway, the Gobblers still reign turkey terror upon the Shenandoah Valley League of High School Football. Football is a way of life in the valley, and growing up in the region, I saw firsthand how the sport brought out the best and the worst in people. Mostly, I saw that high school football players were by and far the most popular kids in school. It seemed that banjo-playing pot smokers with chin stubble and dreadlocks and steal-your-face stickers on their Volvo station wagons were somehow less cool than big leather jacket-wearing 200-pound whoppers with full beards and tight fades and Salt Life stickers on their 2-ton Chevy Silverados. Sidelined by the circumstances of life, I was never football player cool. But what made football the great equalizer in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia is that high school football games were free, open to the public, and did not discriminate on social cause or standing. In the bleachers and at the snack bar of a big inter-valley high school football rivalry game, it did not matter if you were cool or not. The revelry of the hometown football war cry is all inclusive. I love a pep rally. I love spirit stickers. I love cheerleaders and pleated skirts and halter tops and pigtails and phrases like go and win written in pastel on their cheeks. I admit that in junior high school, I sat at an uncool kid's lunch table with the other dorks who dreamed in Dungeons and Dragons colors, and yet somehow I was just a little bit cool, or at least cool enough that one day Sarah Tuning and Lindsay Chappell and Ginny Hastings came over to the dweeby lunch table where I sat in the ketchup meets pine sol smelling cafetorium of my junior high nightmare, and there, amidst my acne-scarred voice-cracking peers, asked me, Ketch Secor, a boy with a very uncool name, if I was going to the high school football game on Friday. Now, pause for a moment and know that though I was an 8th grade boy, that these approaching cheerleaders were not simply girls, but practically grown women, all dazzling in their finery, so pom-pom perfect that I ached with pubescent agony to see them sauntering towards my loser lunch table. Note further, they did not ask if Tazir Reynolds was going to the football game on Friday. Taz, better known as Spaz, was so nervous upon seeing Sarah, Lindsay, and Ginny's approach that he promptly allowed a tater tot to go down the wrong pipe, followed by an ensuing coughing fit. Furthermore, these fully developed 14-year-old women did not ask Brad Folsom if he was going to the game. Poor Brad, who had brought his own homemade deer jerky to school that day, smartly refrained from asking these lip-gloss-smacked cheerleaders if they wanted to try his teriyaki flavor. Dumbfounded he sat, glazed in the awestruck hour of the three sirens and their hip-swiveling approach. I, as I mentioned, was not cool, but somehow kept it together enough that when they closed in and asked if I was going to be at the big game against the Broadway Gobblers on Friday night and would I like to buy a spirit sticker for just $1, I replied with the coolest word I could manage to pronounce in this quintessential moment where the words I chose counted the most. Totally, I said, and I plucked the only dollar bill I think I ever had in my pocket in 8th grade. It happened to be tucked into my very uncool jeans right when I needed it most. Totally, I said. 3 syllables have never been more coolly spoken by a boy who cannot grow facial hair in front of 3 fully developed cheerleader archangels. This was the luckiest day of my so-called life. The French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre once famously quipped, "In football, everything is complicated by the presence of the opposite team." Now, this statement would be equally apt if slightly altered to say, "In attending high school football games, everything is complicated by the presence of the opposite sex." Under those lasering floodlight beams burning down on the verdant turf, it isn't just the clouds of bugs who perform their mating rituals. It's the crowds of awkward and unsure teenagers for whom hometown football provides the backdrop for a Shakespearean comedy of pubescent errors in Eros. And the arrows that fly at a hometown football game make Cupid's spiraling Hail Mary of the heart a better toss than any querulous QB. With a ticket in my pocket and a sticker on my pimply cheek in the shape of a jagged blue lightning bolt, I was 14 on a Friday night with destiny. The Broadway High School Gobblers, named for the thousands of turkey farms that dotted their remote stretch of the county, were known for a cheer that went sort of like this. And as soon as I stepped out of my mom's minivan and passed through the gravel, I like that, Corey, of the parking lot towards the illuminated stands, I could hear the shrill sounds of coming from the away team bleachers. On the home side of the field, the Harrisonburg Blue Streak Pride Band was warming up with Another One Bites the Dust.
That wasn't that's what
No. It was Another One Bites the Dust.
I got it.
Can you do a little piece of that?
I can't do that one. Think about it. Just keep
Dun.
going.
Okay, all right. Anyway, the Blue Streak Pride Band was warming up with Another One Bites the Dust, and on the sidelines, I could make out the unmistakable curvature of cheerleaders, Sarah Tuning, Lindsay Chappell, and Ginny Hastings as they kicked their legs high and shook their pom-poms along to the beat. Now, as I found my seat in the grandstand, I could hear them chanting, "Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. You got to be a Blue Streak to jam with us," before launching into their signature cheer, "What's the word? Harrisonburg! Harrisonburg's gonna push you down." Well, just then, the Broadway Gobblers took the field as across the gridiron rose the feverish babble of gobbling by the home field goalposts. The Blue Streak varsity football team looked on as their foes raced across the field. They were smiling in the knowledge of a trick that was about to be played that would be indelibly marked on the 1991 season of Shenandoah Valley League football. As the Broadway Gobblers moved to the sidelines, something very strange and sinister occurred from the Blue Streak side of the field. 2 masked students ran across the field carrying something white between them in their arms. What they dropped onto the football field that night would be much discussed and editorialized in the weeks to come, creating one of the more polarizing situations the high school had ever seen. For there, on the 50-yard line, was placed a 30-pound, waddle-dragging, white-feathered, live tom turkey. And then, the Blue Streaks triumphantly took the field, at which point, the kicker, see where it's going, in a scene of wanton teenage brutality, kicked that tom turkey in a flurrying frenzy of blood and feathers straight through the Broadway Gobbler goalposts. Not since Virginia Military Institute's cadets and Union Major General Franz Siegel's Army of the Shenandoah met at the Battle of nearby Newmarket had a more shocking scene of bedlam occurred, as the pulverized turkey corpse came to land in the end zone. A riot of Gobbler fans stampeded across the fields from the grandstands, sending the Blue Streak Pride Band running for cover. Cheerleaders screamed, so did children. They threw aside their pom-poms and braced themselves for the Gobbler onslaught. The bravest hometown parents and students raced toward the oncoming enemy, taking defensive positions beside the snack bar. The cowardly sought refuge beside the men's room urinal trough. In the pandemonium that followed, 9 Gobblers and 7 Blue Streaks were sent to the hospital for non-life-threatening emergencies. The only fatality that night was 1 tom turkey. It was a win for the hometown boys, and as the sirens faded from the Rockingham County Fire and Rescue ambulances, we remembered the cheerleaders' dire warning. What's the word? Harrisonburg. Harrisonburg is gonna put you down. How quickly time flies when you're having fun on the Hartland Hootenanny. Well, that's just about all the time we have for you here. But we want to thank tonight's guest star, the fabulous Willie Watson, and we're all headed to our favorite independent online record shop as soon as the credits roll so that we can buy a copy of his latest release, Willie Watson, Folk Singer Volume 2, and you should too. And what's more, we're all headed over to his shop website, WillieWatsonManufacturingCompany.com, to custom order denim jackets, overalls, and trousers. Hey, join us next week, folks, when our special guest will be Maggie Rose, singing songs from her new project, Quarantine 45, which Rolling Stone magazine calls a must-hear. Man, it's going to be a great show. And we're going to start this one up at 8 p.m. next week so that we can make room for the Hartland Hootenanny special broadcast during this year's Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival live stream. Our Bonnaroo Nanny features special guests like Molly Tuttle, Dom Clemens, and Billy Strings. Stay tuned. It's going to be one heck of a show. Well, until then, keep following us on Instagram and Twitter, and throw a couple silver dollars in the pickle jar if you can spare it, and visit Nutty Brown to get our tickets for our upcoming show on the Friday, October 3rd, 23rd at the Nutty Brown Amphitheater in Austin, Texas. We'll see you next week, and until we meet again, God bless. Be safe, take care, and wash your hands. Wear your mask, and remember that we all love you here in Nashville. Oh, and one more thing. So long. It's been good to know ya.
Yeah,
So long. It's been good to know ya. So long. It's been good. Everybody. So long. It's been good to know ya. Our pigskin classic is almost done, Joe, and we've got to be drifting along. Oh, the AstroTurf is green, and the goalposts are yellow, and the players are boastful, testosterone-filled fellows. But this year's Super Bowl champs will be whichever team gets through the season without catching COVID-19. Singing so long, everybody. We had a great time. So long. Begin to swing and sway. So long. It's been good to know our football hootenanny is almost done. And we gotta be drifting along. Wada wow, wada wow. Thanks again for joining us tonight on the Hartland Hootenanny. We appreciate you each and everyone so much out there. Thanks for your years of love and support to the Old Crow Medicine Show. And know that without your steadfast friendship, we'd probably all be dead or at least in jail by now. So thanks for keeping us out of the clink and in the pink, folks. We love you. We really do. We also love tonight's guest star on the Hartland Hootenanny, Willie Watson. And who else do we love tonight? We love Roger Staubach, Marcus Allen, Doug Flutie, and Otis Anderson. We love Virginia and Stephen Wicks, and Alex Fang, and Tim Schmidt, and Patrick Jordan, and everyone over at CPA for letting us borrow their football gear. We love the Dome Patrol, the Big Blue Wrecking Crew, the Crunch Bunch, the Monsters of the Midway, and the Orange Crush. We love the Broadway Gobblers and the Harrisonburg Blue Streaks and the Unity Reed Lions. We love Marcus Mariota and Carter Warner and Walter Payton, The Fridge, Refrigerator Perry, Dick Butkus, Tony Dorsett, Jaya Salua. We love Hank Jr. and Jim McMahon. And we love all those young players out there endeavoring to do their best during this challenging 2020 football season. That's all the time we have for you on the Hartland Hootenanny. But see you next week. Until then, stay safe, happy, God bless, take care, wash your hands, don't touch your face, keep your distance, stay positive, optimistic, healthy, groovy, hopeful, well, liberated. Good night and God bless from Nashville.